Have you ever been interested in wood carving, maybe making some knives and spoons? Well, stick along and I'll show you how to carve a super simple spoon and knife set. How's it going, everybody? Adam here at Maple Monkey Homestead. We got a snowstorm the other day. I don't feel like going out in the snow, so we have the fire going in here, nice and roasty toasty. And if you checked out the intro, well, you know what this video is going to be. I want to show you all how to carve some super simple knives and spoons. So I've got a couple pieces of fresh cut maple here that I'm going to be using. It's up to you whether you want to use wet wood or dry wood. The problem is, if you use wet wood, it's going to be a little bit easier to carve with, but then you run the potential of the wood cracking down the line. And if you use already dry and cured seasoned wood, it's going to make it that much more difficult to get carving in it. So just try around. It's up to yourself what preference you use. So here are the materials that I have. Some other spoons. We're not going to get into this intricate of stuff right here, but I'll show you what I have here for carving utensils. So this is a Beaver Craft carving set. It's a beginner carving set. It's a spoon carving set specifically, and it has everything you need for carving spoons. Here's your bowl maker right there, and then a nice intricacy blade, blah, blah, blah. And then we have a little bit bigger blade there as well. Beavercraft, absolutely awesome. I'll post a link in the description and top pinned comment. So this was the first one that I have here, and as you see, I'm missing one, and they actually have a awesome warranty on theirs. So my blade on my big first set broke right here, and I emailed them and they sent me this for free as a replacement. So highly recommend Beavercraft. Great tools. Right over here is a more intricate set of carving tools from Lee Valley. So this is getting more into the detail-oriented stuff. And right here as well, this I believe is a Narex bowl carving spoon as well. Just another variation of this bowl carver right here. So you see here, you can literally do anything you want. Here's an old spoon that I've been working on. This is softwood. It has a deer antler head on it. And right here, here's a hardwood spoon I've been working on. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to see if I can't fix that, because when I was cutting it, I cut it a little bit too deep, and I haven't gone and fixed it and started it up. But as you see here, we have the fish. So this will be a fish spoon. So we got a deer and a fish spoon there. We're not going to get that crazy into carving. Today it'll just be right here with a regular spoon and knife is what I'm thinking. One of the first things that we're going to be doing is, don't worry, I'll clean off the rug after it's all said and done. One of the first things that we have to do is, now we have to take our blade here, and we just got to take the bark off. So that's just as simple as a regular old whittle. See how it's coming off there, nice and easy. So we'll take the bark off, and after that, I'll show you what I usually like to do for step number 2. Here you see it, we have it debarked, all good to go. Now this is, I'm using wet wood, and what we're going to do next is we're going to just, you could get bent logs, you could get curved, you could create your own curves, but we're just going to go simple. We're just going to do a straight spoon, straight knife, and good to go. So we're going to carve the spoon first. So what we want to do is, we're going to pick a spot here on our log where we know that the bowl of the spoon is going to go. Let's see if I got my pencil here, and grab a pencil, because it's so much easier to start outlining and making stuff like that. So we're going to just do a line across here, and what that's going to do is, that's going to tell us that all this area down here is going to be for our bowl, and then up here is going to be for our handle. So what I'll do now is, now that I know how much area I have to work with for the bowl, I may even move that down a little bit, but you get what I'm saying, is I'll take this again, and I'm going to make a flat surface right here. So I'll go down right there, no larger than, no further than up here, words Adam. And once that's flat and I get the roundness out of it, I'll come back on and I'll draw the bowl head and how big that's going to be. Good thing about not having a floor done is I can just do this right here. Kind of sucks. I got to reseat my my hatchet head on here. The blade is just, oh, it's all so loose, but I'm not going to do that now. We're going to stay focused on the task at hand. So here's what I'm talking about. You can just use your hatchet and see how much more material comes off of it as opposed to the chisel. But you get a bit of a rougher surface. We're going to straighten all this down, and we're going to get on to marking out where everything's going to go. All right, so I'm just looking at it, and what I'm thinking here is I'm going to do a little bit of a curve on the handle. So let's just do a kind of a rough outline. So the bowl's going to come around, let's say somewhere like this, right? Like that. And then we're going to have the handle kind of slope down, like you see here. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do it the other way. So we're going to come up and we're going to come down this way. There we go. Come down and over there. Just a rough outline so we know where our handle's going to go. So it's going to come there, bowl's going to be there, and our handle's going to come around and down. Well, must be doing something. Got a little bit of a mess now, but as you see here, got the shape of the handle starting to come out. You can still see my marks for the bowl. So this is just really, really rough. We're going to have to come back around with our knife right there, our big blade, and we're going to hone it all out. Now I left this on the end there because I'm going to do some sort of, I don't know yet, something on there. I said it's going to be simple. It never is really simple with me, I guess. So if you really do want it to get simple, just take your hatchet and just do this on all the sides. Don't even worry about doing a curve. Just do a straight thing, straight handle, and it will save that much more. But since I'm doing it, I'm going to do a little bit of a curve handle, and I think I'm going to do some kind of little intricacy in the head right here. So just bear in mind, I literally could make whatever you want. So this is going to be a nice scooper spoon for, I don't know, could be, you know, mashed taters or anything like that. So it's coming along good. I'm going to work on getting the bowl starting to get carved out, and we'll get the bowl head all shaped around, and we'll see what it looks like after that. So now that I think about it and I'm looking at the top now that I have it flattened out, it's not as big of a bowl head as I'd like. I'd like it to be somewhere like this, but I don't think I can get that circumference out of it. So, and I will have to cut some off of here by the looks of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give an outline here, or I may even extend the handle. So these are the problems you're going to have to face. Decisions. So I'm just going to mark out what I want the bowl head to look like. Not going to be a mashed potato spoon, but c'est la vie. It's going to be still a pretty good size, I'd say. So kind of somewhere in around there is going to be where the head's going to be looking like. So that'll be that. And we'll come down and probably, I don't know, I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. I usually would do some designs over here. That's if I can hold the camera. I usually would do some designs, you know, as you see here, or something like this, right? But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a straight shot, boom, boom, and then have that connect down there just to give me an outline so I don't go too thin. So that's what it's going to be looking like. And then I think what I'll do up here is I'll do something like on this spoon as well. Can't wait to get back working on these, have a whole catalog that I'm going to be able to carve. But we're going to get back working on this onto the bowl. So this is where this carving device comes in handy, the bowl carver, or you got this one as well, another good bowl carver too. And I imagine some of y'all are like, oh no, not on your new rug. It's all good though. Ain't too dirty. I can just take the old broom and Bob's your uncle. Let's see, this is more, I'm going to start it off with this one, I'm thinking. Just because this is a little bit easier to use when the actual bowl outline is created. So I'm going to use this one first and start gouging out the middle like you see there. This one works absolutely great. You can get some good leverage on it. Now, watch out with your hands. It's super simple to slip and gouge your hands. I've had many cuts and nicks doing this, right? There are some chainmail gloves that you can get for doing this stuff that helps if, you know, your blade does slide off and kind of nick you. But I don't have any right now. May pick some up in the future. I don't really do that much carving as of right now. So just keep cognizant of that. You know, keep your hands away from where your blade will slide off, maybe like this. You know, you don't want to hold it like this and do that, because literally it will slide off, and these things are just razor sharp. They'll gorge you out for sure. So just keep that in mind when doing this. Safety first, as they say. So I'm going to get the bowl gorged out, get that started. I'm going to hone off the rest of my handle here. I'll come back around. I'll start to get the bottom of the bowl all laid out, and it's cool because even back in here it has a nice coloration on the back of the handle, so that's going to look good when it's all sanded down and smooth. So just like that, we're coming along with it, and this is going to be a nice little spoon. Ooh, it's warm in here. So just a little tip, working with hardwood is a little bit more forgiving than working with softwood. If you push too hard on hardwood, chances are it's not going to splinter as easy as with softwood. So if you get a softwood piece of wood, especially if it's dried, and you push a little bit too hard, or you take too much of a sliver, go too deep with your gouge, softwood, it's a little bit unforgiving. So I've had spoons where they're almost done and I'm trying to hone out the bowl portion itself, and I've gone a little bit too deep and it just takes the whole side of the bowl, or it takes, if you're doing some, you know, some pictures or, you know, whatever, you go a little bit too deep on that softwood, and it's not that forgiving, and you're just going to be like, ah man, all that hard work gone down the drain. So if you're using softwood, just be very, very gentle and know that chances are it's more likely to splinter than using hardwood. There's another nice piece of dark hardwood in there, right at the bottom of the bowl, just as it is on the back of the handle here. So there's some nice color in this wood. Just using this now, it's a lot easier to use after you've got a little bit of an indentation made, and you can just kind of scoop it out almost like a watermelon peeler, or you know, an ice cream scooper kind of deal. Works great. The more you do it, there's different tips you'll pick up and tricks, you know, to make smoother cuts and to make everything kind of go that much better. But since we started, which wasn't that long ago, that's probably going to be the depth of my bowl. I'm going to hone out here, make that all even. I'll come back around, get the handle all good to go. Now that I think about it, I'm probably just going to cut this off, and I'm just going to do it simple, have it come back down and around, and then same as under here, get this all flattened out to meet where the depth of the bowl is going to go. But we're cooking with grease, baby. Soon it'll be a spoon, and soon I can eat off of it. Well, it is definitely messy in here, that's for sure. But it's going to be good because it can go right in there, so that's not too bad. But look at where we are. So the spoon is coming along absolutely great. It's actually looking like a spoon, eh? Got the bowl head all good to go. I'm just doing some refinement. So what I'm going to do, I have some curvature right up in here. It's going to get fat right here, and then it's going to come down and taper down into there. And then same on the top right here. It's going to kind of get skinnier right here, skinnier right there, and then in the center is going to be fat. Now, the next order of business, what I would like to do, I think, is my mind is changing all the time when I do carving, and you might find yours the same. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to do a design kind of like a diamond. There we are. Boom. Boom, if you can see that. So that's what the top is going to be. May round that off, but I'm not sure. That's what it's going to be right there. And I'm going to leave a little hump right here. That way when it sets down, you can pick it up and boom. And even if there is some liquids in here, you'll be able to set it down on your counter and it's not going to spill over. So that's going to be great. We're going to get that all contoured out, and look at that. Not too bad for, I don't know, less than an hour's work. All right, y'all. Well, check it out, check it out, check it out. So there we have it. Now, obviously, I got to go back over it with some sandpaper, but there we are. We have the contours. That's what I was talking about. Ended up doing kind of like a snake head on the top. Not too bad. Sits down absolutely beautifully. So pretty crazy that we turned literally this right here in to that right there. Not too bad. Not gonna do a knife. I'll do that in another video. Same with, I want to show y'all a cool old man head that we can do. So there we have it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm gonna get on sanding that, but I can use this right as it is. Good old stew spoon, as they say. Oh, that just fuels my fire to get back into carving. It's going to be a good winter for carving. Those cold days, not going to be going outside doing much, so just going to be doing stuff in here. And carving is definitely going to be added back onto that list. Oh man, using those wood carver sets, or the spoon carver set, sorry. Absolutely love that set. Didn't get to using my intricacy Lee Valley set right here, just because I didn't do any of the intricacies like I did on these spoons here. But I think there was somebody that messaged me a while ago that was looking for some spoons. But if you want some spoons, I can definitely carve you up some spoons. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Send me an email. All that information will be in the description. And same with if you're looking for the carving sets. I'll put the links in the description and they'll be in the top pinned comment. So there we have it. There's today's episode. Super simple carving of a spoon. Now, obviously, it could have been a little bit easier. You could use a saw as well, hand saw, power saw. But I don't really like using stuff, like power tools when using hand tools. I don't like using power tools when using hand tools. Yeah, that makes sense. Just because I feel that it takes away from the authenticity of it. But obviously, I have before and I will again, and it does save quite a bit of time. So, can't wait to see y'all back here at the homestead for another episode. So glad you could take some time out of your day to see what's happening here today. And so glad that I could get on the go with a spoon. And I'm going to be carving a lot more spoons here in the next little bit. Like I say, hit me up if you're looking for any specific design. Spoons, salad bowl spoons, knives, anything like that. God bless y'all. Keep that stick on the ice. There is no failure. You just got to keep on going forward. Keep on trucking forward. And just remember, though, the adventure is not in the destination. No, what is it? The journey. Oh, man, oh, man. My brain's like mush right now. What? The journey is... No. I'll get it, I swear. The adventure is in the journey, not the destination. There we go. All right, y'all. God bless, and we'll see y'all back here again for another episode. Oh, my brain, my brain. All right. Woo, 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 woo. Peace, y'all.